This episode of Rewrite was definitely one of, if not the best episodes of Rewrite currently. And like I said a few episodes ago, I figured that half of this club was part of Guy and the other half was with Guardian, and shit would eventually go wrong, which it ultimately did this episode. But before we dive into this episode, I just want to take it a step back to last week's real quick, with that vision Kotaro saw when he was meeting the ghost for the first time. Now, there was two people in the vision. Now, I still stick with what I said, that Kotaro was one of the people in the vision. I don't know who the second was. But the thing is Kotaro in that vision is actually wearing a suit, which I'll get to what that means in a second, or at least what I think it means. But he looks the exact same age as he currently is while everyone else was children. So, to me that means that more than likely, after everything that happened there, where he pretty much either almost died or did die, and he was saved in whatever way, which I still stick by what I said, that Kotori actually did save him, I think he stopped aging. Now, the thing is he seems to not quite remember that whole, fiasco there, and it seems like it just kind of comes back to him in vision. So I figure, after whatever happened, however he was saved, that he did get some sort of amnesia and forgot all of it. So possibly was he in a coma, was he knocked out for years? But the point remains, he hasn't aged. So if we take a look at the opening when I discussed that, it looked like he was in a ruined Earth by himself and he didn't age. So is it possible that ultimately he's gonna end up shit out of luck, can't age, all of his friends dead, things like that? That's where I think it. And the whole thing with his suit, why was a kid his age wearing a suit in business attire like that? Was he at one point with Guardian, possibly? The reason I say Guardian is because, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm getting this backwards. If I'm getting it backwards, forgive me. Guardian is about destroying the key. So possibly was that why the ghost, tried to kill him? Because I feel like that's how it's going. I mean, it's hard to tell. I don't have all the information. I didn't play the visual novel. This is all from anime only, so I gotta piece together what I can. But yeah, I definitely think that he literally lost his memories and he doesn't age. Now, if he was the reason he's not aging, because he can rewrite his DNA, so what if he rewrote it by accident? That still is a very good possibility, though I still know that Kotori did save him after, he loses his arm from the ghost. But he was definitely either with Gaia or Guardian, but my money was with Guardian originally, just because of that whole suit, which was pointed out to me, and at first I'm like, what's the big deal with him wearing a suit? But taking a look, why would a high school kid be going up against the ghost in a suit unless he's with one of these organizations originally? And that could correspond with the whole thing of, if you want to keep your ordinary life, and why he's all about keeping this club alive, was because he never had an ordinary life before, and that's why it's probably so special to him, even if he didn't realize it. That's where I see that going. But this whole episode, just seeing everything kind of come together and break, half of the members with Gaia, half of the members with Guardian, going after the lost student, and shit goes wrong, completely wrong in the confrontation with Lucia, as well as Shizuru and everyone else, the president of Tori. Everything just kind of, the emotional tension was built up so well, I thought, and really got the sense of basically Kotaro's world crumbling before him, and everyone's not even appearing to school after that. Everyone is ignoring him. His world has completely and utterly crushed, and you can see that these visions are slowly coming back to him, and I think he might end up remembering whatever he did forget. But I think it's safe to say that he doesn't age. He looks identical to that vision, which was years ago when they were kids, so he's definitely older than everyone, even if he doesn't look it. That, I'm pretty confident on right there. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty damn awesome seeing, Shizuru and everyone just kind of kick a major ass against these beasts, and the way they notice that, they do have enemies within their own group is because these beasts aren't going after the Gaia members. That was just so amazing. I just love that. But the thing with it is Kotaro, gets these, Wolverine claws to take down some of these beasts, and it seems like it triggers when his life is in danger. I don't know if that's the only connection of how it triggers, but it feels like, because every time he was about to get killed, when he had, that straw thing go through his arm and it was sucking his blood to the point of almost being killed, that's when those activated. It feels like those claws get activated when it's a near-death experience. Now, the thing is when that ghost does appear, he looks like he's ready to kill her, and she's willing to kill him. So, is it because that she thinks he's with Guardian? It's hard to say, because she protects him, but as soon as he showed any hostile intention towards her, she was willing to kill him, which makes sense. But it leads me to so many questions, is it the whole Gaia Guardian confrontation thing? Is that what is causing it? Does she see him with if Guardian is that why? I don't know. Like, it's crazy because I still think she is the key. Like, this whole thing, it feels like it's mixed with this ghost. She has to be the key. Like, there's no other way. I just don't see any other way unless they introduce it later on. But this series is so full of twists and turns. I mean, it easily could later on. But this episode was so freaking good. I loved every minute of it. And just, everything's falling apart. I mean, where's this going to go from here? If I'm not mistaken, it was either this episode or next week's episode when it starts going into the new route that no one knows what's happening. I think it's this week's. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm actually curious. Visual novel players, was this in the visual novel, or have they finally reached, the new content? And if so, like, what do you guys think of it? And also, am I on the right track here? Like, does Kotaro, like, not age here? Like, am I hitting the nail on the head? Like, did I figure out with that, don't tell me if he was with Gaia or Guardian, please, leave me on the fence. I want to piece this guy myself, I want to figure out what's going on. My money's on Guardian, though, but I feel like when he was almost killed or whatever, and after his life was saved, he stopped aging and was probably in a coma, and more than likely lost his memories. The reason I say coma is he would have had to lost his memories, so there's no way that, all these years, like 8 years could have passed, and he would have been able to live and then forget. Like, I just don't see that possible unless he was in a coma, which is the more likely, possibility there. But yeah, I think definitely he doesn't age, and where is everything gonna go? Like, I'm curious, like, is some of these people gonna die? Like, is he gonna have to watch his friends die, or will he have to watch everyone die? Because if you watch that opening, he's sitting in a destroyed Earth by himself. I don't know, this just keeps getting better and better, leaving me with even more questions, and Sakia's message just comes full circle of why he should have stopped digging. But yeah, this good episode, great episode, fantastic episode. I loved each and every minute of it. And even the CGI they used did not bother me. I thought it worked well. I feel like having these beasts be the CGI, it really gives them to be unnatural, unworldly. I feel like it works in its favor. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All my predictions, all my theories. Where do you guys think the show's going to be going now that it's getting into that new content that even you guys don't know what it is? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button to show your support, and also subscribe if you're new to my channel. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.